responsible for their decisions, or people have the freedom to make their decisions, or people have the right to choose. You're throwing a lot of lofty ideas, but all of them miss the topic because it's a down-to-earth question, right? It's about what you eat, what you put in your mouth. Do you think responsibility is gonna make your lunch better? Do you think maturity is gonna make your lunch better? Because a lot of people are saying, well, school students are mature enough to make decisions, blah blah. Oh, well, we are also mature enough, but look at the elections we have in Taiwan. Yeah, no, it's good. No, everything's good. Means we are mature grown-ups, not like you. All right, so probably whenever you approach this kind of problem, you don't go into lofty ideas. The problem with lofty ideas is that they are generic. That means they can be applied to every case. Take the case of policy debate. You can also train responsibility through restricting your use of cell phones, right? You're sitting in class, it's Friday, 9 in the morning, but you want to watch Toronto Raptors versus Golden State Warriors. But you have to refrain yourself, right? I can't take my cell phone out and watch the game because it is not right. That's responsibility, right? Responsibility can be applied in many cases. So you cannot use responsibility on school lunch because it's not specifically related. You have to use something specifically related. For example, too much leftover, right? That's something specifically related to school lunch. Now, watching too many basketball games won't create a lot of leftover, right? Unless you watch them during the lunchtime. But again, people can multitask, right? You can watch and eat at the same time without eating your own cell phone. Right? Some people do that in the shush bar. Okay, so next time you approach something, and also generic problems are hard to solve, right? Because if you talk about generic problems, you talk about people's rights. And how do you solve people's right problem? Through policy? Through the legislation? It takes too long. Right? It takes too long. It's like downloading videos from YouTube. It takes too long. Just download it somewhere else. Okay, it takes too long. So, because this is a down-to-earth question, it's a related daily life question, you have to have a quick fix or something you can do. You can't wait for legislators to help you. I don't think they're gonna help you in terms of school lunch. Right? So you have to help yourself. So, is there in any minor way we can make it better? For example, if we pay extra $10, is that gonna make our school lunch better? Well, I've watched a documentary. Actually, the price gap of $2 gives you a much better school lunch in terms of the vegetables they use, in terms of the meats they use. So $10 could be reasonable. You know, it's not a lot. And as I mentioned, sometimes school lunch are deceivingly cheap. You think you're only paying $40 for school lunch, right? Is that 40? I know in my school it's 45. And every time I have school lunch, I have diarrhea. Precisely 3 p.m. I don't know why. So, $10 won't be much of a problem because you probably spend $20 more buying instant noodles afterwards, right? Because you can't swallow your school lunch. So, are there minor ways or things you can do or things you can persuade your student bodies to do to make your school lunch better? Because remember, why do you debate? That's the core of this question. Why do we debate? To show that I'm better than you? Yeah, to solve the problem. Great. Give that gentleman a huge hand, please. Oh, probably this huge. Yeah, right. That's exactly because, well, through the training, you probably have forgotten why you debate in the first place. Because for me, when I was in college, I was like, oh, because we debate because I speak better English than you. That's why we debate, to show off. No, it's not the case. You want to solve the problem. Is school lunch a problem worth solving? Is it? Or it just stay that way? Or I just watch people eat it and pass out? No, you don't do that, right? It's something worth solving. So you have to solve it. You have to find a solution, a solvable solution, not through morality. Again, a responsible person, a mature person won't make better lunch. You know, I know because my mom's like that. You know, she's mature, she's responsible, but the thing she cook is okay. All right. Only okay. So again and again, when you remember what you debate, you think about what's down to earth, what you can do, instead of all the ideas. I know people like to go up and up. It's like those politicians, what they say, but it's not what you should do when you debate, because everything you debate comes back to you to make your life better, or to make people around you better. That's what you should remember. Thank you. I'm losing my tongue. I drank too much coffee. Thank you. Now I'm giving my turn to Caleb, another stand-up comedian.
Whoa!
So I'll be very brief because Gustav already covered some of the things that I wanted to say originally. But let me make a timer so that Charlotte wouldn't be worried. So I'm gonna put it on, and here we go. All right. Okay. All right, we're good. So I got my axe in the bag. All right. So what I think about the debate is that you kind of live and you grow up and age, and then you die. That's a life. You can still have a life, And the reason why I teach debate, instead of asking why do you debate, I would like to say why I teach debate. The reason why I teach debate is because I know the potential it has. It has the potential to combine all courses. It has the potential because when you look at data, you're looking at statistics. When you look at statistics, research methods actually matter. And how many people, or wherever it is, it all matters. And how you understand technology, how you understand the science behind things, that also matters. And also, one of the most important things that people overlook is, how does that policy affect you? And the reason why some of you people here feel that you were a bit off, or you feel like you won, but it wasn't really a clean win, the reason why that happened is because you were not attached to the policy. The moment you are detached from a policy, it would seem like irrational, but at the same time, it takes away so much of the thing called user experience. The policy itself is something that you have to use. And if you don't take it as something that's really close to you, it's going to be very hard for you to do any change at all in real life, because this is a simulation of what happens outside. Now, if you're able to put that and see it as it's your own policy and you're defending it or you are against it, that's when you go from a school to a community, to the county, and then to the nation. And that's very important because that's how you make a country become stronger. And that's why I teach debate. It's because I hope that someday out of all these people here, that we are able to make something different. And that something different doesn't have to be everyone in the legislative unit. It has to be somewhere, everywhere, in all places, because that's what gives us a chance. It doesn't give you a guarantee. It doesn't ensure. It doesn't make it certain. But what's important is it gives us a chance. And in this period of time, chance is something that I'm willing to take, even if it's less than 0.1, because that 0.05 is a possible chance. And I hope that when you look at these policy debates and non-policy debates, you see it as something that has a potential for you to not only debate, but also to listen, to actively listen to what the opposing side has to say, and not just try to shoot them down. Of course, in the simulation, you want to shoot them down. But then in the real life, you have to actually understand whether that was possible or not. And I believe this is the purpose of the debate, is to see the extremes of the simulation and to know how to compromise. And that's exactly what we do in real life. And I hope that that's what you take away during the nationals, okay? So that's just that. All right, thank you.
Looks like I don't get a microphone, but I'm loud enough all the time anyway. Oh, I get a microphone.
Does it work?
Oh, it does work. All right, cool. I also was told to give a real short speech, and I'm going to keep it real short. The reason why is that I don't have tons to say. What I will tell you is that every year debate here has improved. Every year I've been impressed with you. This year is no exception. In fact, every year there's little things that keep working their way up and improving, and it's like something gets better and then another thing seems to fail. This time, clash. It was not that there wasn't clash, it was that there was like a misclash. What I mean is, this debate had a lot of defining of minor terms, whether it be ban, whether it be, what is a cell phone, whether it be, cell phone usage. And so what I was seeing, like one example would be some students were arguing cell phone usage is bad, it's gonna make students become addicted. And then the others were saying, but we have proof to show that cell phone usage is improving grades. And what they were really arguing was useless wasting of your time on social media maybe is a negative thing. But the other team was arguing the exact opposite, saying, well, there's effective use of cell phone. And even though they were trying to clash about our facts, your facts, who's got better facts, that wasn't the point. The point was they were actually talking about different things. Because it was a minor difference, even though the wording of the research was still the same, the main idea of the research was effective cell phone use and wasting of cell phone use. So even though they're both just saying cell phone use, it doesn't mean they're actually talking about the same thing within the research. So when you're quoting something, be careful that you look at where is it really coming from and what was it intended for. So now that we have improved and gotten better at debate and better at finding things out and better at hunting down great resources, we also need to start paying attention to the littler details, because that's where we're going to miss now. We're getting the big picture, but now we're needing to focus on those little minute things that are sometimes missed, especially in the heat of the moment. And for me, a lot of times it's because I'm thinking about it the way my team's thinking about it, and I'm not stopping for a moment saying, well, what do they mean? And if I stop to think, what do they mean? What's their main argument? Then you'll probably see where's the